Helmo, many thanks for joining us here on TRT World. Now, given the depth of feeling we're seeing...
Good afternoon.
Given the depth of feeling we are seeing against these tariffs, including the markets, which took a huge hit, the Dow down 500 points when they were first announced, do you think there's a possibility, firstly, that Trump could re-announce these tariffs next week?
No, I think he will follow through what he's threatened. He's done that previously in terms of campaign promises, so I think that they will be imposed next week.
There's been a lot of talk of trade wars, as we mentioned in our intro. Canada, the EU, already talking about retaliation. Talk us through exactly how this would impact the US, the economy as a whole, and also families and businesses.
Well, in terms of trade wars, nobody wins. If you go back to what happened in the Great Depression, one of the sparks for the crash in October 1929 was when the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act went through in terms of committee. It was finally imposed in June 1930, and world trade slumped by a third between January 1929 and January 1933. And so nobody wins in a case of trade wars. If we go back to more recent times, there was a mini trade war, if you want, in terms of the currency devaluations that sparked the October 1987 stock market crash there. So
Helmo,
it's bad news if...
Helmo, give us a bit more specifically exactly how this would impact the US. For example, if Canada retaliates, how would this impact the US?
Well, steel is a major component in washing machines, cars, etc. So imposing a 25% tariff would automatically raise domestic steel prices by a similar margin. So even though there's 1 ton of steel only costs $700 per ton, it's a small fraction of that, but there's ripple effects all the way through. So you are looking at price increases of between 3 and 5% almost immediately as soon as the tariff comes in, and they could escalate going forward.
And when Canada says it's going to retaliate, what is the sort of thing it could do?
Well, it would target specific products where the US has got a comparative advantage. For instance, wine, California wines. They could say, all right, we're then going to impose tariffs on California wines. They have done something similar when the Canadian lumber was targeted earlier. So they are prepared to respond.
Okay, Helmo, really good to talk to you. Helmo Preuss, a Chief Economist and Forecaster, joining us from Grahamstown, South Africa.